Hello, I'm Joe Dav, and you're here with the Game of Thrones Season 5 Episode 1 prediction. Now, just to give you a warning, this is purely just my prediction from what I've seen from the HBO show, where they left things, and thinking just how they're going to take the show and who they're going to focus on, particularly on the first episode alone. Right, so from where we left things, we had Tyrion on a ship with Lord Varys, just sailing off to we do not know where at this point, unless I'm mistaken. We've got Lloyd. We've got Lord Tywin on the shitter, dead, presumed. We've got Tyrion's whore, dead in the bed. We've got Jon Snow, who's just left north of the wall, completely by himself. Tell a lie. Wrong there, aren't I? Hey, tell you, I'm not, need to watch it through again, hence why we need to start this look back. He met Stannis, if you remember, and Stannis and his paid army from Braavos, they came and they just completely wiped out the wildlings and made Mance Rayder effectively bend over and take a length of Stannis. But I'm thinking there's more to the whole Jon Snow Stannis relationship, because you had Davos as well. He seemed very keen on Jon Snow, not in the gay way, mind, but you wouldn't be surprised at Game of Thrones, would you really? So my thoughts really are, we're going to see that in the first episode, but I'm thinking we're going to see Jon Snow riding with Stannis and just completely adopting that way of life, because think, he's been with the Night's Watch for a few seasons now, and he's already betrayed them once. He went with the Wildlings, which he betrays as a cover, whereas I secretly believe he did love, he did love Ygritte, Ygritte. Why an R or something like that, mental. But I think he did, and I think he's planning on staying with them. But I thought that he saw they were batshit crazy and they had no chance of winning, so he thought, stick where I know, and I'll go back with the Night's Watch. So I'm thinking I'm going to see him just take a complete change of lifestyle, just think, fuck this, I want to be on the side of the winners, because I think that's what he's been doing the whole time along. He's really confident. I think he's grown into a man through the seasons. He's really one of his own. He's led an army, he's won an epic battle, he's negotiated. I mean, he's really been through a lot since the death of his dad. And I can see that playing a real big part of this season, seeing him play a real grown up, a leader, because he was jealous of Robb, that Robb was a leader. But I can see Jon really making his own. Anyway, I went away from Snow and Stannis. Daenerys, strange actually, because they have always had Daenerys being the key focus for for the end of a season. She's always been the one that has had that moment. Season 1 you had the birth of the dragons. Season 2 she was there. But yeah, she was kind of missed out at the end of season 4. So I'm thinking we're definitely going to see her in season 5. Captain Friendzone's obviously left, but we've still got 2 remaining. I'm thinking we're probably going to see what's happened to that pretty boy. You know the one I mean. Doesn't matter. The one that was with the Red Suns. The one that she said, get naked. And he was like, yeah, the last thing he said was, oh yeah, you tell me who's to kill anywhere and I'll kill them. And then she said, get naked. And then he just wasn't in it for the last few episodes. So I'm thinking we're probably going to see him come back. And we're probably going to see him kill someone who you're not going to think straight off is played a part so far, but is going to play a part later down the line, and it's going to fuck Daenerys over probably, and dragons might have to come out. Don't think too much into it. First episode of mine, getting carried away. Again, new to YouTubing, apologies. Going to get so much better effects, as you can probably tell. I've got better video quality, better sound quality. Hey, look at that was in 10 minutes. Anyway, first episode, I'm thinking she's probably gonna make a move pretty soon. Definitely. I'm thinking she's going to make a move. Stannis is going to be making a move with Jon. And I'm feeling this season might be the real battle for the Iron Throne. Which brings me on to my next point. Tywin's dead, Tyrion's left. There's no real support for, I can't even remember his name, like Daniel is his name, I don't know. The other son, the king, current king, that's how much Joffrey was a dick, but at least you loved to hate him, didn't you? Like, made your blood boil, but anyway, the pear was too dry for Joffrey, so he's gone. Yeah. So I'm thinking the fight for the throne is really going to be on. Like, Daenerys going to be making a move, Stannis is making his move, and you've got Boltons, you've got young, love to take a dick in a ball sack Bolton, and you've got older, gonna take my son in, just gonna ignore the dick ball thing for now, and fight for the North, be the new Ned Stark of the North, which is never gonna happen, unfortunately. Rhys Bolton, potentially. Never gonna happen. You're never gonna be Ned Stark. I literally was in a mood and didn't talk to people for like 2 weeks after Ned Stark died. And I'll explain that when I do the review for Season 1, Episode 9, where Ned Stark obviously has his head chopped off, which is where you really first hate Joffrey. So it's just a big episode for the season. Apart from that, I'm thinking Arya's story arc's too big to introduce on the first episode. Like, she's on that ship to Braavos, and obviously the CGI of a whole boat and sea scene's really expensive just to have a pick-up shot of her on her way to Braavos, because I can imagine the fans are really disappointed if she just turns up there. From, as I said earlier, I've not read the books, but you'd imagine through her journey she's gonna probably get some sketchy shit on the way on that boat. But think of any other characters I've missed out, really. Jaime and Cersei's, now I can see the whole playing into the attack of the Iron Throne from Daenerys and Stannis, and potentially Jon. I can see them two playing a real big part, and I can see maybe other people outside of the family are going to confirm that they're incest. I'm thinking there's going to be a real big, like, what the fuck moment in the first, I had a little spoiler there of my own, which obviously I'm plenty full of spoilers, but I said what the fuck moment. Now, every review I'm actually going to be doing, hence, I'm from Liverpool, there's going to be the "you are" moment, which, if you haven't been to Liverpool and you've heard a female say "you are," you'll know exactly what I mean. But the ultimate "you are" moment will be every review I'll be doing that. From that episode there'll be the ultimate "you what" from that episode, where you just think, as if, I can think of a few, but don't want to spoil them for when those episodes actually crop up. But yeah, I can see there being a real big Jaime Cersei's reveal to the public going on. And again, these are no spoilers, not read the books, this is just my opinion from what I've seen from the show. What I'd like to see happen, it'd be quite fun. Well, incest is never fun, but in the context of the show, and you've seen it all by now, it'd be interesting to see how everyone else reacts to that, and whether they just completely dismiss the Lannisters. Because think, every family has been through a lot in the past seasons. So many have died, families have just completely ceased to exist. The Lannisters have stayed pretty golden. Like, on that aspect of golden, Jaime lost his hand, and he got a gold hand. That's pretty much the worst thing that's happened to that family since the whole Tywin incident. So I'm thinking first episode's probably going to be a lot about Jon and Stannis, or potentially Stannis on his own and Jon on his own. I'd like to hope they merge up. A lot about Daenerys, I'd like to think, because she's really not being featured. And Jaime and Cersei's. I think it's Daenerys I meant before. I think I said Cersei's twice. Anyway, yeah, that's my prediction for Season 1. Season 1? Season 5. Again, I am going to apologise that this video has been full of mistakes and not lack of information. It's just, we'll get better over time, but I don't like that real kind of stiff way of presenting and saying the facts. I kind of like to go for an informal, like, I was actually sitting next to you and like, hey, what do you think of Game of Thrones? And you're like, oh shit. You've seen all the episodes? And I'm like, yes, I've seen them a few times. And you're like, oh my god, I can talk to someone. And you just get that real relief. Okay, I've embarrassed myself thoroughly enough now, so I'll leave you to it. I'm not going to go for the wink as I did last time, if anyone did notice, because that was terrible. Still thinking of a sign-off line, but goodbye for now.